A very warm welcome to all of you joining us here in Singapore as the clock ticks down towards the green light. An opportunity here then for the drivers to learn the track and learn the car, and of course work out all the little kinks that show up when the teams put these cars together at the circuit. Anthony Davidson, this is all very familiar to you of course, so why don't you give us an idea as to what the drivers will be getting up to in these sessions?
I'd say the first responsibility for drivers during pre-practice is in gathering data for correlation purposes, which allows the engineers to match real-life data against the simulation. Secondly, the driver then needs to dial themselves into a circuit that they may not have driven around for a full year, which is a fact that's often overlooked. And then you finally focus on the details of car setup and the tyre wear. It's critical to have a good relationship with your engineer here so they can make the right adjustments at the right time to the car that ultimately bring out the performance you're looking for.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are the captain, Grosjean and Lewis Hamilton. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. You had an incredible pace in practice. Would you say that you're pretty comfortable with the car? You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip or did you just misjudge? Great! Well, that's everything.
to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three. The captain, Verstappen and Kevin Magnussen. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You put in a lot of time on the track today. Was there a reason for this? You had the fastest time in practice. Will we see similar times in qualifying? How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race? Appreciate your time.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are the captain, Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components? Is that pace in practice a good indicator of things to come? Great! Well, that's everything.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in. What do you think of this one?
It's time for us to settle down and the drivers below to get fired up. Once again, welcome to Singapore as we get ready for the green light and the start of what should be a fantastic qualifying session.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. The captain, Ricciardo, and Sebastian Vettel. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. Are you feeling confident that you can take your qualifying pace into the race? Will your team have your reliability problems fixed by qualifying? Great! Well, that's everything.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
Hello and welcome one and all to the shining streets of Singapore. Can you believe we've been coming here for nearly a decade now? It feels like only yesterday that Felipe Massa was dragging his fuel hose down the pit lane in that eventful opening race, and in a Grand Prix won from pole position more often than not. Will we see a new victor crowned today? We have a high risk of a safety car here today, as the abundance of tight corners mixed with these wet conditions could put a few cars off into the barriers. 23 turns then, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, make up the 3.1-mile lap of Marina Bay. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. They've got that grid penalty to worry about, of course, which puts them on the back foot from the get-go.
It's unfortunate, but it happens to everyone at some point. You just have to accept your fate, knuckle down and get on with the business of making up that deficit during the Grand Prix. So they'll be pushing hard today. One to watch for sure.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Raikkonen, Lewis Hamilton, the captain. They've taken a grid penalty. Perez, Alonso, Hülkenberg and Carlos Sainz. Grosjean, Magnussen, Esteban Ocon and Van Dorn. Stroll, Ericsson, Pierre Gasly and Sergei Sorokin. Hartley and Charles Leclerc rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay. We've been awarded a time penalty, but we're up against our finishing time at the end of the race. That's a strong start. Well done. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake. teammate behind is 9.4 seconds. Turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Season and you've got your reward. You are the Drivers' World Champion. Congratulations.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Well, that result also seals the World Drivers' title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the captain. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It doesn't get much better than a win at this track, does it? You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there. Do you think that your close rivalry has helped you out this season? Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium. We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that won't have a critical impact on the World Championship. So maybe we can all relax just a little bit more and enjoy the action from this wonderful field of historic cars.
Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up,
Alright, listen up everyone. They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful, so let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this. Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.